This is a citrus, but it's not grown for juice. This is a type of citron called Buddha's hand. It's grown for its aroma and thick pith. This is a fruit that doesn't have a long shelf life. If you want this to last longer, it's best to put it in a cool, slightly humid place with good airflow. Otherwise, it's just going to dehydrate because this whole thing, it's all pith. There's no juice inside to hydrate this fruit. This one has been on the altar for a few days. Now, I don't know when this was picked, but just in a few days, this change happened pretty quickly. When these are fresh, they smell like floral, lemons, and a little bit of that sweetness. And the texture on the outside is just like a regular lemon. Very waxy, kind of leathery, firm. And the interesting about this is that this is actually a single fruit with multiple segments that do not fuse together. That's why they look like fingers. Like I mentioned, you would only find pith. There's no juice inside. And so they're really not much for eating, but for decorations, it's very symbolic. In Buddhism, we would offer this on the shrine, on the altar, and you offer this to Buddha or Kuan Yin, and it kind of resembles those fingers that offer blessings. This is native to Northeast India and Southern China. It's one of the oldest citrus fruits that people have ever grown. Now, if you want to grow these, they're mostly grown by grafting, not from seed. They do well in mild winters, like here in Southern California. They are sensitive to the cold, more sensitive to the cold than lemons. So if you want to grow this in places that are colder, you most likely would have to grow them in containers, in terracotta pots, because citruses prefer like good drainage, and you just bring it indoors in the winter. But it's more like a novelty, you know? Because of its origin in India and China, that's why this is actually a very symbolic fruit. It represents longevity, protection, and good fortune. You mostly would see these as an offering on the altar, the shrine for Buddha or Kuan Yin, and you can see this actually has that finger-like shape, and it actually looks like the fingers of the Buddha's hands giving blessings. This thing is edible. Most people would extract them by slicing it up and putting it in alcohol, or you can candy them. You can also put them in salt or honey to extract that fragrance, but I guess candy is one of the more popular things people like to do with them, which in fact, a few years ago, I was at someone's house and they were growing the citron fruit. Look at how big this one is. So of course I picked a few back and my mom made this candy. She actually balanced it out with a little bit of salt and she kept it a little more moist rather than like a dry candy, and it was just so delicious. It looked like a jewel or a crystal. It was beautiful, and it's one of those candies that once you have it, you won't forget. So good. A little chewy. I feel like I'm eating a citrus gummy. I can snack on this throughout the day. It did not look like this yesterday, guys. Once it starts going bad, it goes quickly. Wow, but still smells so good. It's so fragrant. Look at this thing. It's all pith. My gosh, it's so good. It has a really sort of like a firm bite, but not tough at all. It's super fragrant. Wow, you can still see that like citrus oil just spraying. Oh, this is so sweet. Wow. It's slightly sweet like a chayote. That's it. Yeah. It has a texture of a chayote and that sort of chayote sweetness, but it's super fragrant. Most citrus, the rind or the pith is bitter, but this is not. It's only just very fragrant, it's a little sweet. Here's a batch my mom candied last night. Some people also slice them thin and soak it in honey. So good. Let me know in the comments below, you guys, what is the strangest fruit you've ever had? I'd like to know. And if you'd like to support this channel, go check out wendiland.com. Thank you so much, you guys. Be sure to check out more weird fruits videos right up there. Stay curious, and I'll see you right back in the next one. Bye!